Man, they really did make me wait until, like, what, 30 hours in the game to meet the best character? Professor Russell is just legitimately the best. Now, if everyone is ready, let's get this started. Estelle, if you'll put the Orbit on the stand. Okay. Like this? Yes, thank you. Are you ready, Tita? All set. Good, good. Now commencing orbital force measurement test on the Black Orbment. Black Orbment? Is that what we're calling it? It's an orbit that's black. You got a better name, Joshua? I'm all ears. Start talking. Kind of a simple name. Why not something cool like Dark Thingy of Impending Doom? Estelle, you're not allowed to talk for the rest of the experiment. No, simple is best. Anything longer than Black Orbment would just be annoying to say. Professor Russell is the best. He's actually the best. Oh, look at her. She's all anxious to start. Huh? Yeah. All right, let's begin. Tita, if you'll activate the scanner, please. Okay. Output set at 45%. Put all measuring equipment on standby. Roger. Done. All measuring equipment is calibrated. Okay, from here on out is the real deal. Since no direct input or output was detected, all we can do is measure how the central crystal circuit responds. Now let's see just how much this contraption is really worth. You're sure in a good mood. And click. Neat, it's all glowing and stuff. I get it. It's putting a major strain on the crystal circuit. There. Tita, any readings? Yes, but they're kind of weird. Huh? The tachometer needle's shaking like crazy. Ah, now it's spinning around the dial. What? Yeah. What's going on here? We've summoned a demon? Joshua! It's that same black light from before. What? Have we just caused a major blackout? Oh, nice. Supreme power outage. Grandpa, it won't take much more of this. We have to shut it down. Don't you dare. Just a little longer and we'll have something. Wait a second. All the lights in town are going out. Huh? What in? Ah, we have no choice then. Terminate the experiment. They're back on. All right, so basically the Black Orbment is just an EMP. Real fancy. Whew. Let's see the readout. Nothing. It didn't record anything. And the only thing that kept working was the scanner on which the Black Orbment sat. But even that, well, as for everything else. Good. Looks like the experiment's finished. How's it outside? Fine. All the lights are back like nothing happened. No one's panicking or anything yet. Okay. But just what the heck was all that? That was what I would dub the Orbital Shutdown phenomenon. The what, Dan? You mean how everything inside all the orbits just stopped working at once? So the Black Orbment did this? What else would have done it? Yes, I've no doubt, but I would never have dared to guess that its effect would be so extensive. There's definitely more to this than I expected. Interesting. Most interesting indeed. Only you would think causing a blackout over an entire city is interesting. Professor! Ah, Murdoch. Just the man I wanted to see. The feeling is not mutual. Every single time you invent something, it means trouble for me. What the heck were you up to that would cause all the power downtown to go out? How rude. It's not even my fault this time. See that there? It's the Black Orbment, and it caused this. Is that the... Okay, I get it. If that's the root of this, then it's genuine, extenuating circumstances. But it still means that this was your fault! Ah, nuts. You got me. Yo, Russell is the best. That's it? They're just okay again? Are they always like this? This is so embarrassing. And so, the first day in Zeiss kept everyone busy. Due to the lateness of the hour, Estelle and Joshua stayed at the lab for the night. Man, yesterday was such a crazy day. I was surprised enough at the town, but I really wasn't expecting to deal with anything like that. Ha, no kidding. But back on the subject of the Black Orbment. It's much more powerful than I'd ever imagined possible. Yeah, what's the prof gonna do now that his equipment's gone all kerflooey? Good morning, guys. Morning, Tita. Good morning. Quite a big day yesterday. Ha, no kidding. Did you guys sleep okay? Yep, like babies. Is the professor already up? He left for the Central Factory early this morning. He said something about how the Black Orbment absolutely must remain a secret. Wow, I guess the factory chief guy is a real glutton for punishment if you let the prof in there. We really appreciate both of you taking the time just to look over something a couple of relative strangers brought to you. No, it's fine, really. Grandpa and I will study just about anything that catches our eye. I should go to the factory myself once I'm done with breakfast. What do you plan to do? I figured we'd stick around. I want to know what's really going on with that orbment. Maybe there's something we can do to help. Yay, then you can come with me. Uh-oh, I almost forgot about the soup. Just a second, you two. I'll bring you breakfast as soon as I make sure it's edible and not on fire. Soup for breakfast? I don't like soup in any capacity, but for breakfast? Is that normal? I guess that's what that smell is. But man, what a cutie. I wish we could take her back with us to Roland. She could be like a pet, cheering us up whenever we're feeling down. All right, Estelle, really weird to look at human children and be like, man, I want one as a pet. That's like, literally, you're gonna, like, you will go to prison. That's like, keeping a human as a pet is already illegal, but like, a child one as well? That's like giga illegal. Soup for breakfast? These people are insane? Yeah. That's kind of creepy, Estelle. This, like, at least 4% of this game is Estelle saying really creepy things. The way she talks about Joshua in both a romantic sense and, like, just seeing him as a brother, and then stuff like this, she's insane. And now that we've had a good breakfast, off to the Central Factory. Before we do that, I'd like to check in at the guild. I think it might be best to report on what happened yesterday, just to be on the safe side. Well, okay. Hey, Tita, would you mind if we stop by there on our way? Sure, go ahead. Miso soup is a common Japanese thing. It's a common thing for breakfast? I know miso soup is like a common Japanese, like, food. But for breakfast? Hey. Good morning. That was some day yesterday, wasn't it? When you're ready, we'd like your full report on it. Business as usual, Kalika? I've heard the basics from the factory chief already, but I'd like to expand that account with some first-hand details. Well, explain. I see. So the orbment that was sent to Cassius in secret was in fact something dangerous. The guild is very interested in these developments. We need to continue working with Professor Russell for the present. We thought you'd say that. When we have more information, we'll contact you immediately. Oh, this is down to medium now. Trap planes. Where's the... Let's go beat up the trap planes monster. What's the other side quest? Seeking an interim librarian with keen investigative skills. Anyone who wishes to apply, please see me in the archives on the second floor. Please understand, too, you must be asked to pick up some slack on a few odds and ends before the real work begins. Okay. All right. So, archives on the second floor must be in the Orbital Factory, I guess. So, when we go to the main mission thing, we'll stop by there. Ferocious monster known as Chronocider has been spotted the Trap Plains Road. All right, I want to find the Trap Plains Road. It is this way. Oh, the highway is this way. Central Factory is on the north side of town. All right, sure, game, whatever. Give me a side quest and then be like, hey, actually, you can't. Cereal is not a soup. Anyone who tries to tell you that cereal is a soup is a fool. Like, they actually need to go back to preschool. I meant to say primary school, but preschool it fits as well. Is this the archives? Yeah. Excuse me? We saw your request on the bulletin board. Ah, you're here. Well, I do know that the Bracer Guild is short-handed of late, so what can one do? Sorry, we got wrapped up in other business. Well, shall we get started then? Yeah. That's fun. This is about hiring the temp librarian, right? Yes, that's right. It's turned out to be much more of an ordeal than expected. What kind of ordeal? I'll explain that in a moment. Beforehand, though, I have a matter that I would like you to help settle. Consider it a favor, if you will. What kind of matter are you referring to? The archives loaned out some books out. Am I stupid? The archives loaned out some books out to various central factory departments. There's one too many outs in this sentence, right? Sometimes they keep them past the due date and don't pay the fees. First, I'd like you to get our books back. What? That's simple. Where do we need to go? Let's see. They should be in the 3rd floor design room and the 4th floor lab and clinic. 3rd floor design, 4th floor lab and clinic. Got it? That everything? Yes. Please come back once you have them. We will. We'll start immediately. All right, this should be easy as heck. All right, 3rd floor, something that isn't lab and clinic. Workshop, was that it? I think it was something else. Design room, that was it, I think. Hello, you have a book? Prometheus! Yesterday's event was quite the surprising phenomenon. As far as I know, this event is inexplicable within the limits of our current knowledge of orbital technology. Now, where did I put those documents? Luis, she's an exemplary researcher and a scientist, but she's losing her drive, yada yada. I agree with her transfer, it'll be good for her. I know you're probably busy due to last night, Carl, but I was wondering if I could have a word. I want to discuss Luis. Her original application stated a desire to work on airships. If possible, I'd like to move her to the... Okay, yeah. What do you think is her supervisor? Where's this book? Was it not the design room? I thought it was the design room. Maybe it was the workshop. Oh, is it this? Oh, it's the... You pick up the book, you don't get it from someone. That's strange. Music in Zeiss is pretty bump. Some good music. Clinic. Where's this book? Meow. Where the book at? Good morning to you. It would seem yesterday was quite stressful for everyone. Yeah, whatever. Doctor, was everything here all right? The clinic isn't quite tied into the rest of the factory, so things were mostly quiet. Everyone else was running around until about until all hours, though. Words. When I came in this morning, I found Antoine asleep on the bed. Poor little dear was exhausted. Antoine. That's what we call the cat. He's been living here at the factory for a while. Good for him. He doesn't have an owner and tends to be cared for by anyone who feels the urge. So he's kind of like everybody's cat? No, he's Richie's cat. Yes, something like that. Though I'm sure Antoine has little desire to be formally owned by any one person. Do be friendly to him if you see him around the factory. Of course. Now that I've introduced you to Antoine, I believe it's time for me to return to work. Are you in the middle of something yourself, Tita? Yes, ma'am. I was on my way to talk to my grandfather. Professor Russell should be in his workshop down on the 3rd floor. He came in especially early this morning. 3rd floor workshop. Got it, let's go. Yes, we probably should. Goodbye, Dr. Miriam. Was I supposed to come here for the story? To figure out where Russell was? Where's this dang book? Right there? Yeah. Kitty Talk for Dummies, of course. All right, 2nd floor archives. Here we come. Bum, bum, bum. All right, library lady. Oh, are you done? Haha, we brought them for you. There you go. Kitty Talk for Dummies. Good, now, I just need the other books. Other books? That's Igor over there. He's such a pain in the butt, but he's a pretty good Velvet Room dude. I can totally see why he's lived his entire life single. Well, he's got a giant nose. Am I missing something? We're done with Rouen. Zeiss. Oh, the lab and the clinic on the 4th floor. There was another one on the 4th floor. Might be. I just tunnel visioned on the clinic part. I think the lab was the first room you come by. tomorrow's cooking? Is that what that just said? Bum, 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 bum. All right, library lady, I got your other dang old book. Oh, are you done? We brought them for you. There you go. All the books have been returned. Oh, we're done. Good. Now, we have all the books again. I thank you for your assistance. It was no big deal. We didn't have any issues. That's good to hear. In that case, perhaps I should go ahead and ask for your help with my favorite type of work. Oh, that's right. You mentioned having some significant problems somewhere along the line. So what kind of work is it? Just like before, we need some overdue materials returned. The book in question is called the Herb Woodpecker. We'll make a note of that. Right, Herb Woodpecker. So it's a book on birds, right? Yeah, I think so. The Herb Woodpecker is a pretty famous bird. Ah, I see. So do you have any clues for us? Yes, as a matter of fact. Take a look at this. Approach the man of stone standing in silence within the mountain village pond and ye shall receive. Oh my goodness, this is the Phantom Thief again. Are you kidding me? Okay, I wrote that down, but what the heck is it? It was written on a card that was taken from the book. I imagine there's some kind of hint as to its whereabouts. A hint of bad poetry, maybe. So it was only borrowed because someone with way too much time on their hands wanted to hide it somewhere. Evidently so. It's the sort of trick that researchers used to play on each other long ago. I have no idea what would possess someone to hide a book of all things. But we certainly have our fair share of unusual characters. It's not surprising that any of them might follow such a bizarre custom. Haha, why is everyone looking at me? Anyway, I leave this matter in your capable hands. Please bring the book back. Hey, hold on a second. Is this the only lead we have? I'm afraid so. But the guild sent you, so I have every confidence in your ability. Well, that's just awesome. Understood. It will be difficult work, but we will do all that we can. You may have to search every nook and cranny in Zeiss, but I'm sure you'll find it. I'll be waiting here. When you do find it, please bring it back to me. Let's get the show on the road, then. I look forward to seeing you again. Oh, whoops. This is Temp Librarian Plus. Approach the man of stone, standing in silence within the mountain village pond, and ye shall receive. So there's a statue somewhere in a mountain village pond. Somewhere within the Zeiss region. Alright, well, I assume I have some time on that. Let's go talk to Russell. I think he was on, like, third floor? Third floor workshop? So you got to Zeiss. How is it so far? Oh, that's fine. About the same as the rest of the game. Ah, another failure. Yo, what's up? Grandpa, we came to see if we could help. Ah, hello, Tita. And you two are here as well, I see. Ha, what can I say? We were worried. So, what are you working on? Well, as you can see, I'm trying to cut into the black orbment. But it hasn't... Oh, we're gonna sit in my throat. It hasn't been going very well. What seems to be the problem? Perhaps a demonstration is in order. And click. Whoa, what's that thing? It's a circular saw. It's made of a special alloy that can cut through basically anything. That ought to do it then. Nice. It stopped. I thought that might happen. It's on a smaller scale, but it's the same phenomenon as yesterday. It seems like the black orbment is blocking the functionality of the other orbments, interfering with them in some way. And I doubt it was solely made for the purpose of killing the lights. Yeah, but Grandpa, doesn't the effect spread like it did last night? Yes, good thinking. This interference with nearby orbments seems to spread out, moving from orbment to orbment like chain lightning. I'd put the range at about 5 arg. But if there are no orbments powered on within that range, well, then that's where the effect stops. I see. That makes sense. However, even with that knowledge, there's no way to know why it causes machines to simply stop without getting a look inside it. It's very troubling. Is there any way to destroy the thing? Maybe with a good scream and a really hard whack? Don't be ridiculous. Didn't you see the big saw do exactly nothing to it just a moment ago? Well, yeah. Anyone thought of trying fire? Maybe it'd melt down in a blast furnace or something. If we did that, the insides of it would melt too. Oh yeah, well, it was worth a shot. Actually, it might work. Really? You know of a way to burn it open? No, that's not what I meant. Orbital power, that which drives orbments to work, can't be used for this problem. We'll have to find a way that doesn't rely on any orbital energy. Huh. Is there even such a thing? Wait, well, there has to be such a thing, Joshua. How do you think people existed before orbments? The Combustion Engine. It's a device that burns fuel to generate energy. The idea's been around for a long time, but it's very inefficient when compared to an orbital engine. However, all you need to work on them are standard tools. Huh. Neat. I get it. Fire is the key. But Grandpa, I've never seen one of them. I'm pretty certain that there's one understudy in the central factory workshop. You'll need to get fuel as well. Like oil or something? No, it's called gasoline. It's extremely flammable. There's likely a tank or canister of it stored in reserve. Yes, it should do the job. I'll start getting the tools ready. I'll help. Is there anything we can do? I mean, I can't do anything super technical like Tita can. Well, you could go and get the engine and gasoline. It's gonna be heavy, but you bracers should be strong enough to move it. Okay, leave it to us. So, where would we find them? Huh? Let's see. Don't tell me you've forgotten. I've forgotten. Yo, Russell actually is the best character in probably this entire franchise, to be honest. He just said not to say that. Estelle, if you look in the operations room, you could probably find them. What the heck is an operations room? It's a room where you operate. It's a room with a bunch of orbital computers. It's on the 5th floor. We store all kinds of information there for safekeeping. Wow, I didn't even know there was such a place. Then I leave it in your capable hands. Making coffee, fetching stuff. Well played, old man. Well played. Oh well, let's go find this operations room thingy. To the 5th floor, then. 5th floor, here we come. How many floors does this dang place have? 6, it looks like.